Hey guys, today I want to talk about a big false assumption that many expats make over here. And that assumption is that everybody lives on a low budget over here. And what is a low budget for that matter? What is a low budget in the Philippines? I want to talk about this today a lot because of the fact that we're going to dig into this one a lot because a lot of guys over here are under this assumption that everybody over here is either broke or everybody over here is living on VA compensation. Everybody over here is living on Social Security. Everybody's living on small budgets over here because they're coming from the US and they couldn't survive or make it over there. And that's not totally true. There's a lot of people who are very, very savvy that saved a lot of money. There's millionaires over here. I know some of them myself. I know quite a few of them actually. There's millionaires over here. There's people over here that make $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, even $10,000 a month in some cases over here per month. Okay, and there's not a lot of them, but there is quite a few. There's actually quite a few when you think about this. Quite a few. The percentage is actually higher than what most people would think over here. And I wanted to talk about this today because why would somebody that's making that kind of money come to the Philippines, where supposedly there's a low, it's not a good quality of living or whatever? Well, that's false too in some ways, because there are good hospitals over here. There are good shopping centers over here. There are places that you can go just like back home in the US. There's this assumption that because most of the places around here are run down or whatever, and it's crowded, it's polluted. There are places around here that are very, very beautiful and nice, and you can live fairly reasonable over here. And if you're on a higher budget, man, let me tell you something. You can go into a gated community, have a beautiful home for probably about $600 to $1,000 per month, and have a maid there, and probably have a guard at your front gate, somebody there to collect your mail all the time. And it's just a better style of living. Now, a lot of people come over here on, say, a $3,000 budget or whatever, and they do that also. They live very, very well. They're very happy with what they do, and it's different because back home you could not live in a gated community for that cost. It would cost you probably $3,000 to $4,000 a month back home to live in some sort of gated community out in California or something like that. There's not many gated communities per se in the US. They're out there, but there's not a lot of them, in the US. But over here, there's quite a few of them, and they vary. Some of them you can go in there for $400 a month and get an apartment, even $300 a month in some places, and they're nice little places and they're gorgeous. But these wealthy people that come over here, what they do is, instead of spending $3,000 or $4,000 for the same type of living back home and a home back there to rent or to pay a high mortgage or whatever, you can come over here and you can have a maid, you can have a housekeeper, you can have a babysitter, you can have a groundskeeper for cheap money. And that's the great part about living in the Philippines. And these guys that are coming over here on these higher budgets can bank a lot of money, and they can have fun with it. They can go on trips. They can go to Palawan. They can go to Taiwan. They can go to China. They can go to Thailand once in a while and do whatever they want to do and live the life that most of us want to live as retirees. Now, even on these lower budgets that people are coming over here on, you can still live well. Some people live like a bum over here. They just do. They're okay with that. They think that's I'd be living on the streets back home. I'm living over here like this, and I can afford a little insurance or something like that on $1,000 a month. There's a substantial difference, though, even if you're like on the super wealthier side as far as what you make per month. If you're making over $3,000 a month over here, you're living pretty damn good. If you're getting more than that, you're getting like $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, or $10,000 a month. Man, you're way up there, because you can hire a driver if you want to. You don't have to hire a driver. I'm just saying, if you want to live the lifestyle, the place to come to live the lifestyle is over here, because you can do it, And as far as medical goes, you get more medical bang for your buck over here with your money, because medical is cheaper over here. Is it as good? Is it as quality as back home, like let's say Boston? Boston's a hub for medical. I would say Manila is kind of stepping up to the plate lately in some cases at some of their hospitals. Not all their hospitals are top notch. I mean, we have doctors at De La Salle that are great, fabulous doctors over here in Das Marinas, and we have a couple in there that are probably kind of iffy. And I'm sure it's like that at St. Luke's too, or any other hospital out there. You have a couple of doctors that are kind of, they're not as good as the other doctors. But I would say that places like St. Luke's probably hire top quality doctors, as does De La Salle. These places are, De La Salle University Hospital is a teaching hospital also. In these places here, you get more bang for your money, and some people can pay out of pocket, especially if you're making, like above $5,000 a month. Most of the stuff you can pay out of pocket. And also, I want to say this, because a lot of people don't know this. There are hospitals over here now that when you go in there, they have like a hotel inside the hospital. Okay, and they have this at De La Salle University Hospital, where you get these upgraded rooms that's almost like a hotel room. Okay, and your family can stay with you. They can stay with you if they want, and they can usually stay with you anyway. But I'm saying they can live there. They can sleep there. They can cook there. It's just different, and it's almost like a little gated community because they have somebody at the front desk that checks people in and out. So not everybody can come in there to see you if you don't want people coming in to see you or whatever. It's kind of nice over here because they're actually stepping up to the plate to give people more protection over here. One of the things I want to say over here is if you're wealthier, you should also be considering what a gated community offers you. Okay? And some people need that protection, some people do not. I have a place here. It's not gated. It's quiet, but it is in its own right. We have people up above that see people come down here. If they're the wrong people, I'm sure they're going to come down and warn me or say something to them. Hey, he's not there or something like that. If they see that there's a problem, we have enough people here that would see what was going on, and the person would get justice in jail or whatever, because there's so many people around me that I don't have any problem. And I have a barangay police officer that lives below me, which is great to have. And we have enough expats in the community here where it is kind of gated. And across the street, they live over there. The guys that are expats, they live over there, and they can lock down that facility over there. So they have like a mini gated community, and guess what they're paying? $100 a month, 5,000 pesos a month. How can you beat that? And they might not have a guard over there, but the place is totally locked down at night. Nobody can get in there. It's very, it's basically a gated facility. So if you look around and you shop around over here, you can really live the way you want to. You just got to kind of find the place where you want to go. Here in Tracy, we have places like Hope Residences, and Tagaytay has a whole bunch of places over there that are gated communities. All around here, there's gated communities everywhere. The only place I don't recommend is General Trias. I don't think is a great place for gated communities. I've seen some of the stuff that goes on over there. I don't like it. I don't like the way that they're run over there. That's just my feelings. Other people might feel different. And I'm talking about General Trias is also, there's a lot of pollution over there. In town and like Mangahan and that area, it's not like that everywhere over there. There's better places, but everything is kind of, it's not built in the right places. I don't like the infrastructure the way it's built over there. There's better places and better towns and stuff that you can go to. Be sure to look around and compare, because you can live really, really, really well over here on this upper end cash if you're wealthier. And if you're not as wealthy, you can also live very, very good over here. You can, don't come over here on these lowball budgets where you can't afford to make it and stuff like that. Be careful what you do, guys. Anyway, guys, God bless. Take care. I hope you enjoyed today's show.